was recovering from that game like for you? You hadn't been through one in 3 years.
Well, luckily I got a good regimen of just recovery, and I practice it all the time, like contrast, hot and cold tub, massage 2-3 times a week. So I came out of it pretty good, just continuing doing what I'm doing. My body feels recovered. It feels good.
What's the next step for you in game two, you think? Expectations?
My only expectation really is to compete. As long as I can go out and compete and give my 100%, that's really the only aspect I know that I could contribute to is doing my part of it and just hoping and putting the trust in the rest of the team that everybody else does their part too, and we come out with a win. But I just want to go 100% and do my all. That's more important.
Josh, you have a lot of friends in this league still. What was the reaction to you during the week when players caught up to your performance? Did you hear from a lot of people?
Yeah, a few players reached out. I was just glad to have their support. I knew I had it before. And it's good to just see the solidarity throughout the NFL, guys just showing love like that. That's what we need in this league.
Josh, what do you think it will be like playing in Cleveland for the first time? We saw you in the road this past weekend. Any emotions or anything like that playing at the stadium again?
Definitely a different feeling for sure. As a home compared to an away game. More emotional for sure, I believe. I hope the fans are into it. I'll be into it and excited regardless of the case. It's just that extra amp, because it is a home game and I haven't played here in a long time, so I'm super excited. I think the fans come with it every week, so I believe that feeling will be reciprocated, whether I'm there or not. But hopefully it is, just a little bit more amplified. But I'll have a good time. Hopefully they have a good time, but I'm pretty sure we can put on a good show for them.
Hey, Josh, what kind of relationship have you developed with Hugh? And were you glad to hear Jimmy Haslam say that he's going to be back for 2018 and hopefully even longer than that?
Yeah, I was definitely glad to have Coach Jackson back. Me and Coach Jackson's relationship is great. We're on good terms and everything like that. Those decisions being made up there are way over my head. I have absolutely no control over that, only just what happens after the fact and moving forward. But glad he's here, to keep things stable and familiar and move forward from that standpoint and have something to build upon makes it easier on the players. I've been in a position before with new coaches, new owners, new GMs, new OCs, plenty of times. Definitely never looking forward to that situation. So I'm glad we got to keep some things in place.
Josh, have you made plans going forward as a business rep? I mean, will you need a conventional agent, or will you stick with what you have so far?
That's probably down the road right now. All my stuff is kind of already put in writing and spoken for, so the only thing I can do is just play it out, and when the time comes, a couple of years from now, at that point in time we could handle those questions then, but right now it's not really on my mind because we're not at the table negotiating anything.
You guys you and Deshaun talked so much after the game about working at the chemistry, getting the timing down more in practice, but the game speed's different from the practice speed and all that. But do you think we'll start to see some of the strides? I know it's only 1 week to the next, but do you think there can be a jump?
I think we made tremendous strides this week at practice. We got a lot better even today. It's just great to see us just building like that week by week. I wish I had more time, but we're doing. I think we're making tremendous strides both from last performance last week and this week. I think we're going to hit a lot of those plays that we missed. And not only me, but the rest of the receivers as well. Everything seems to be clicking. And we're really trying to pull out a win, but I think we can do it. I really think we'll execute this week.
Casey Hayward mentioned after the game that he ranked you right up there as his toughest matchup of the season along with Odell Beckham Jr. To go out there in your first game after 3 years and be ranked up there like that, how does that make you feel?
Definitely appreciative, definitely grateful for the opportunity, just to be able to play again. On the NFL stage, we look at every opponent as potentially the best in the league or the best in the world. You don't want to just downplay whomever, underestimate whomever it is, Casey Hayward or whatever. It means a lot for sure, but I don't necessarily see it like, oh, I played against this guy or this guy, so to rank one performance above another, they all need to be on the same perspective and how I view them in order to attack them each week the same. If I hold one in higher regard, then I might perform week to week differently at practice and prepare. Preparation has to be the same. So for me, it's consistency, but it means a lot to hear it. It just shows that the work that I'm putting in is being done in the right way. I'm doing the right things, and definitely a great, for Odell and his performance and what he's done, and Casey Hayward just showing how good of a player he is in that defense over there. But more than anything, I'm just appreciative of it, but I'd like to just put that work in every week. So
you didn't seem in the Chargers game to be limited in what Hugh asked of you in that game plan. It seemed like you ran a variety of routes in the slot and on the outside. So, could that increase, or did you get everything in that game, or is there something else you might see in the long run?
Coach Jackson's, he's an offensive guru. He's got plenty of stuff up his sleeve, and I'll just say, expect to see Coach Jackson do what he does, and that's call up plays for us to go, make big plays, really, honestly, just go and perform and do what we do best, and that's come down with the ball. And I think we have something drawn up again this week, and hopefully every week after that.
I guess what I meant was, you've been exposed to everything in his playbook already?
I don't believe I have been, no. I definitely don't even believe that at all, no.
You watched Deshaun on film, and you practiced with him, and then finally played with him. What are your overall impressions of him? There's so much focus on him and whether or not he can be kind of the guy long term.
It's just a transition from college to the NFL. Even him being week 13 now, it's as we know, the amount of quarterbacks that we've seen here, coming in and out of here and through here, and that I've played with, it's a process, even from the wide receiver standpoint, but for the quarterbacks, it's the toughest position to play in the NFL. I can only imagine how tough it is. And for him to be where he's at and just still bounce back and keep coming back just shows a lot more, I think, than what he's put out there. He's got a lot more to show, and I think it just takes time more than anything. And hopefully it'll come to fruition. Hopefully here at the end of the season, and people can see some flashes of some greatness, and that's what we're looking to bring out of him. And I know he wants to bring that out of himself, so we're going to get behind him 100%, show that some love and support, and try to help give that positive reinforcement that he could do it. We're here to do that for him, help him do that for him. So.
Sashi Brown is obviously one of the key guys in this group that welcomed you back this year. What was your reaction to him getting fired? And do you know anything at all about John Dorsey? Have you met him? Have you talked to him at all?
He came and spoke in a team meeting for a brief second, introduced himself, but I haven't met him yet. None of those decisions definitely way over my head. Didn't know anything about Sashi's situation, what was going to happen then, and kind of just found out after practice. And that's kind of how this league is and this game is. One day it's one way, and then the next day it's something totally different, and that's something we have to just brace for and prepare for, and just hope and pray that we've made the right decisions moving forward, and live with it and grow from it more than anything. But it's an unfortunate circumstance, but we have to keep moving forward.
Did you surprise yourself in any way that you could step back out there after almost 3 years and it looked like it was yesterday?
Not necessarily. I won't say surprise or anything like that. I was just happy for what I was able to accomplish and overcome to get to that point. That meant a lot to me more than anything. Not surprised, but just really grateful, blessed, happy about it. Some sense of pride set in. It's like, you did it, you accomplished something, now keep on building from here. But not necessarily surprised, but I was just happy that I reached the goal.
I don't think we didn't talk to you since you actually got to watch the film. What were some of the things you really think you can clean up to even take that next step?
A couple miscues here and there. Just moving around the offense and playing a different position. It's new, playing at Z instead of X and stuff like that on different sides of the ball, lining up on the tight end side. Things to just get acclimated to in the game. As practice is one thing, in the game it's like, okay, all right, this feels different, but I know what I'm doing. So that was probably the biggest adjustment, I think, just viewing the field from a different side of the ball.
Can you say, not to throw anyone under the bus, but after the game you said you felt you and quarterback plays out there first time out. When you looked at the film, how many touchdowns do you think were there for you that weren't made?
I think there was a few. I think we could have got a few. A couple guys could have got a few. It's just me.
Your 11 targets.
Yeah, the numbers, the disparity in the numbers is not the greatest. You definitely wish to have that a little bit closer together instead of 4 out of 11. But yeah, like I said, we left a few out there. Wish you could have them back. I'm not even really for sure which ones were headed towards the end zone. I don't know, maybe at least one. At least one or two, hopefully. But I plan on getting them this week.
Was that momentous for you in any way that or did you prove to yourself that you could go out and play a game, without taking that little bit of an edge off, like you had said that you had done in college and in the pros previously?
I think I got to come into this game with an advantage, with an edge, just from a psychological standpoint, just being just so amped up and ready to play more than anything, just the absence of it and being put back out there. It's, as if how they say, play as if it's your last game. I know what that feels like now, so I put that mentality towards every practice, every game, every meeting, everything that we have. That's the attitude I have. So that's the edge I believe I look at the game now. Yeah.
I think you said after the game you could tell you got a little tired toward the end there. Do you think that'll be different game 2?
I prepared. I think I prepared myself this week to be ready for it. To be ready to see the targets. The potential play calls, to be ready to go in and out of the field. Just whatever may be called. That if they need me on 3rd down, I need to be ready. If they need me on 1st down, I need to be ready. So just moving around during walkthroughs. Just mentally getting in that zone. To know that this is what it feels like when the adrenaline's running. And having that added to it is a different dynamic. It also definitely increase the heart rate and everything like that. So just preparing for that and trying to just relax myself. But yeah, I think I'll be all right.
You mentioned after the game that that you feel free when you're out there. Can you sort of expound on that a little bit? Is it your place where you just kind of?
It's just a place that's fun. It's a place that I enjoy. It's my passion. It's what I love to do. It's not too cerebral, it feels like. It's just a lot of it just feels second nature. It does feel like something that's just what I'm meant to do. It does feel freeing, as opposed to doing anything else. I have fun, I have other hobbies, but this is where I feel the most free.